Suspicious. Suspicious is when you're acting kind of funny. Everything seems kind of out of place. You just seem like you're doing something a little bit sneaky and a little bit wrong, but you're trying to play it off, and you're acting like nothing's wrong, but you know there's something wrong. You're trying to make sure that nobody notices, but everybody knows what's going on. That's kind of suspicious when you're doing something that just seems weird. Like everybody is acting cool and you're acting kind of nervous. Something's going on. So I have two examples of suspicious. Like, okay, there was a chair pulled up to the stove one time and my kids were stirring the SpaghettiOs. And I saw them give my dog a spoonful of the SpaghettiOs, and the dog was on the chair too. And so Snowy the black lab, she was on the chair too. And I said, don't feed the dog any of those. And they were like, oh, we won't. And so I was like, okay, you guys, make sure you don't. That's a little suspicious. When we won't, oh no, we won't give her any, just one bite. Just one bite, huh? Okay, that's a little suspicious. And then you totally just admitted it. Then another time, I saw them messing around in their room, and they had poured like chocolate milk in the pretend sink in the kitchen. And so, in the pretend kitchen, that's what I meant to say. So I get the video camera. Lindsay's feeding the bottle to the dog, and Jaden is slurping the milk out of the kitchen sink. And so I just keep quiet and I hide around the corner just so the camera's just in the door so I can see out the thing. Jaden comes around the corner and he's like, hey, Mom. And I said, hey, dude, what's up? And he's like, oh, nothing. Just playing in there. Just playing. Nothing, Mom. Nothing. And and then what happened? Then he said, I said, well, is Lindsay feeding the bottle to the dog? Oh, no, Mom, no, Mom. And then I said something about, were you thirsty? And he's like, no, maybe just a little bit. No, he had the bottle in his mouth. And I said, did the dog drink out of that bottle? And he's like, oh, no, Mom, no. And then he's like, it's just a little bit dirty. So he like wiped off the nipple of the bottle and he put it in his mouth. And then I didn't say anything about the kitchen. And then I said, well, do you need a new drink? And he's like, no, Mom. And I said, well, are you hungry? And he goes, no. And then he was tired, and he was like, he goes, I'm not hungry, I'm not tired, no. And so I said, well, let's get you something to eat. Okay, Mom. That's not suspicious at all, huh? Okay, all right. I just totally watched you drink out of the sink, and Lindsay was feeding the bottle to the dog, and you're just drinking out of the bottle that got fed to the dog. And you're not suspicious, no. So they were goofballs, but yeah, so that's my examples of suspicious.